Yo, what's up, man? It's your boy Derek Branch here with Strike7Sports.com. And there's hold on real quick. I just want to talk about the current situation going on with the Phoenix Suns and how Chris Paul was able to pretty much lift that team to becoming a premier threat in the Western Conference in just 1 year. Now, based on that alone, that warrants MVP consideration for Chris Paul. Chris Paul has never won the league's MVP award, despite having stellar numbers, great attributes as a leader, as a team player. With everywhere he goes, man, he pretty much changed the dynamics of a team. He did it in New Orleans when they were the New Orleans Hornets. He did it with the Clippers when they were pretty much a dormant franchise to the Lakers. Were like the stepchilds, the team down the street, down the hallway. Pretty much changed the fortune of that franchise. Did it with Houston. They won like 65 games, I believe, with when Paul went to Houston. And he did it with the Thunder when they were I think they were trying to be like trying to tank or something like that. Chris Paul was like, nah, bro, look, we're going to do what we got to do. That team was pretty good last year. I wasn't expecting the Thunder to be that good last year, but they were. I thought they were going to trade him during the season, but after the pandemic, the pause, he came back. He's with the Thunder. They got the ball moving and went to play. They almost beat Houston in the playoffs. And now he did it with Phoenix. Now he's doing what he has to do. Devin Booker, was just a guy that just had some good stats, had put up some good numbers. That was just, to me, that what Devin Booker was to me. Didn't want anything before he got to Houston, before Chris Paul arrived. Him and DeAndre Ayton and a couple of those pieces out there. You can almost compare Booker to Karl Anthony Towns up in Minnesota. There's a great player that's stuck on great player that's stuck on a bad team, a terrible team. And now Chris Paul is there, along with Monty Williams, who was the head coach in New Orleans when Chris Paul was a part of the Hornets back in the day, a few years ago. And now he's changed the way this team is. Paul he knows how to get guys involved, push the ball up court, get players in their position to be successful, other players involved, leader, strong locker room guy, strong leader. He has everything, all the attributes, man. Like, and it's not a whole lot of players that can just go to other franchises and make them better, instantly over like a very short time frame, other than LeBron James, if I'm not mistaken. Kevin Durant, to a certain extent, but not at the level what Chris Paul is doing right now with his team. Just imagine if Paul had one or two championships on his resume. One or two championships he would have. He'd have been. That's an argument for him being. I think that's enough to put him in at least the top 10 of the all-time great players of all time. Top 10 greatest players of all time. If Paul had one or two rings on his resume, he hasn't been past the semifinal rounds of the playoffs. I think this is the year. This is the best opportunity he's gonna have to do that. Especially you got the Lakers. They might get the Lakers in the first round of this year's if the Lakers made out of the play-in tournament, they might get the Lakers, and Lakers might not be at 100%. Also, you got Golden State. I think Golden State could be a problem. Golden State might give them some issues compared to the Lakers, but the Warriors are not the Warriors as we know in previous years. They'll be back to that next season, but the Warriors are down not where they used to be right now. Clippers could be, you don't know what you're gonna get out of Clippers, despite what you're seeing right now. They're more together compared to last season. Also, what else you got there? Utah, they have a good record and all, but we don't know. They can fall. That's one of those teams that can falter down the stretch once the postseason starts. get a good team. Damian Lillard, same issues he's had last year. He needs help. You don't the pieces around him are never healthy enough to give him opportunity to win, to succeed in the playoffs. So this is Chris Paul's best opportunity to get into the Western Conference Finals, at least. You know, but I just think that another one championship, or one or two championships, I think is a case for him being an all-time top 10 great, up there with Jordan, Bird, LeBron, Magic, Kareem. I think Chris Paul is that great, man. Is that good, man. Imagine if he had went to the Lakers instead. Well, the Lakers couldn't give up anything. Lakers didn't really have any assets to give up at the time. So I know back in the day, Chris Paul was projected to go to the Lakers with Kobe, the late Kobe Bryant, but David Stern shot that down. That would have been legacy changing stuff right there. That could have been possibly two or three more rings for the Lakers. Chris Paul, Kobe Bryant, Paul Gasol. I think Meta World Peace was still playing at the time. Andrew Bynum. They still had Andrew Bynum. That's a championship roster right there. But anyways, man, I think Chris Paul deserves MVP consideration. He does. And that's, I know they've got Nikola Jokic down in Denver, what he's doing without Jamal Murray, how he stepped his game up these past couple of months down the stretch. He's been having a great, year, great season with the numbers he's putting up. But I think some consideration should be given to Chris Paul because he's valuable to that team. That's the same team that didn't make the qualify for the postseason last year. Now they have Chris Paul on it. They're one of the best teams in the league right now. So Chris Paul deserves some MVP consideration for this year. Definitely deserves it. But anyway, man, that's all I have for y'all for right now, man. Give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know how y'all feel about this. Do you think Chris Paul deserves to be the MVP for the 2020-21 season? And also, if not, who do you have as your front runner to win the league MVP award? That's in the description box below. Check out strike7sports.com for latest content on the NFL and the NBA. Have a blessed day. Peace. I'm out.